Hey guys, it's Brian with Retired at 40. We're back in the Live Life Simple kitchen today, and today I'm going to show you how to make silicone freeze dryer mats for your trays for $16. We can make the small, the medium, and the large size. We're going to stop your food from sticking all the time when you're freeze drying, and we're going to be easy on your pocketbook. Coming up. So I've been freeze drying with these silicone mats for about a year now, and I've really come to like them. I don't know if I could live without them anymore. They don't stain, they adhere to the tray. They have a backing on them that kind of sticks to the tray, but it doesn't allow food to stick to it. And I've gone through tons and tons of trials and tribulations trying to find these mats for the least cost, where you can squeeze the most material, cover all the trays for the least amount of money. They come in any color you want, as long as the color you want is blue. But I found a way to make them real quick, and they're no tougher to make than your average craft project. So when I originally started looking for the least expensive way to do this, I was looking for big rolls of silicone, but they've proven to be, at least lately, really hard to come by. It's really tough to get a roll of silicone. If you go to Harvestright's website, they've been out of their branded silicone mats for months and months now, so I'm assuming they probably have the same problem. But I found a solution in these baking mats. These are readily available, at least until all the people that are watching this video buy them out and all the inventory disappears. But these can be had for about $8 a mat. It gives you 2 mats, and the 2 mats will give you enough to do a full set of smalls with an extra mat if you're doing a small, or a full set of mediums with 4 trays. So these mats are food grade, they're BPA free, they're heat tolerant, from -40 to 446 degrees. They're dishwasher safe, or you can just clean them up with soap and water. And surprise, surprise, they are made in China. So let's start with the smalls and the mediums, and I'll put a link for these and all the materials that you need down in the description. If you're doing a small and a medium, you actually need 2 of these, so make sure you order 2. It will only allow you to order 2 at a time for some reason. So if you're going to make more than 1 set, you'll have to actually make 2 separate orders, because it will only allow you to order 2 of these at a time. Because I couldn't get a roll of silicone, the next best thing is to just buy a silicone baking mat. And the great thing about this mat is the size that it is, you can actually fit. And because I've done all the research, this size will actually get 2 silicone mats from 1 baking mat. And it also allows you to clip off this insignia down here, which you're not going to want on your mat. It allows the mat just to be 1 plain mat. So you can see that there's a little bit extra over here, and then a little bit extra over here before that insignia, and we're going to need that for the smalls, because a small tray is actually a little bit wider than a medium tray. And unless you have all 3 sizes of freeze dryers, you've probably never seen the trays actually sitting next to each other. And you can see that the small tray is just a little bit bigger than the medium tray that's sitting inside of it right now. And then sitting a small tray next to the large, you can definitely see the huge difference between the size of trays. The capacity of a large freeze dryer with 5 trays is actually almost 2 times as much as the medium. And you can see that now. That's the medium silicone liner that I made sitting inside of a large tray. And then there it's sitting inside of the small tray. You can see that it is a little bit wider on the small tray, but you get this extra with the medium. But let's get back to making these mats. The easiest way to cut this silicone is actually with some quilting tools like these. And those work awesome, but if you don't have a $60 quilting tool, just take a scrap piece of plywood or something that's a relatively flat surface. You'll need a good sturdy straight edge and a utility knife. So this is a 16 by 20 mat, and if you can set it on something that it's not going to stick to, like it's really sticking to this countertop, and it'll stick to most countertops, you kind of want something that it's going to float on. It's not going to want to, you want something that's not going to grip to. So the first thing I like to do is just I like to cut the radius off this corner so we have a nice straight edge to work with. Make sure your utility knife has a brand new blade on it. You don't want any kind of drag at all. The silicone, it cuts really nice and even, but if you have any kind of hiccup along the way while you're cutting, it'll make some real ugly spots. So you definitely want to push down on your straight edge. Just pull the knife real nice and easy and just kind of transfer your pressure along the straight edge. And there's our first cut. So every time you've made a cut, make sure that you move the mat at least a little bit. You don't want your utility knife to get caught in that groove of what you just cut, or it's not going to cut a nice straight line. And another thing you want to be aware of when you're cutting this is that the silicone stretches, and that's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a very, very sharp knife, because if it has a little bit of dull to it and it's actually dragging against something, it's actually going to want to pull this while it's cutting, and it's going to make your cut so it kind of curves, or it might make a funky line or something like that. Okay, so we've got one nice straight edge. I cut the radius corners off. We have a good straight edge to work with to take our measurements for our next cut. All right, next we need to figure out how big our mat is going to be. And since about 2016 and after, the trays for the Harvestright have been pretty much standard. They're always going to be just about the same. I would probably recommend measuring these yourself just to make sure they're the same measurements as mine. Previous to 2016, they did not have these rolled edges like this, and the trays were a little bit different size. So for the small, so I like to account for just a little bit of extra space on each side. I don't want them to fit exactly perfect because otherwise they're really hard to peel out of there. So I would go 13 1/4 on the small for the length, and I would go 7 inches for the width. For the medium, I'm going to do 17 1/4 and 6 7/8. We have our nice straight edge on this side that we cut. We have both factory edges, which should ideally be nice and clean straight cuts. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 17 1/4. I'm going to mark it once on the bottom and then once pretty close to the top. And then I'm going to flip this around because I'm a righty. And to me, it's always easier to hold the straight edge with your left hand and cut with your right hand. So just kind of flatten out the silicone as much as you can. We're going to line up our marks, and then we're just going to take this little chunk off of here. So I'm going to flip this back around, and then I'm just going to double check the length. 17 1/4 down here and 17 1/4 up top. So I would really suggest that you measure twice and cut once, because if you need to cut just a little tiny piece off of the silicone, you really need to take a pretty big chunk off of it. Otherwise it's going to tend to want to splinter into little pieces, and it's really hard to get a straight edge on it. So we have the correct measurements for both sides. I'm actually going to turn this long way now. So our mat is the correct way for the length. We just need to figure out our width for each tray. And that is going to be 6 7/8. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a mark on the top, and I'm going to make a mark on the bottom. I'm going to line up my marks, and I'm going to make my cut. With any luck, we've got a mat that's going to fit in our tray. So you can see with my measurements what I'm talking about. I like to leave a little bit extra on each side. If you want yours to fit more perfect in there, be my guest. You can just probably add another 1/8 of an inch or maybe 1/4 of an inch total. We're just going to duplicate that for this next mat. If you want your mat to be just a little bit wider, you're going to have to adjust the amount that you cut off from the whole mat. Mainly on that first cut where you're cutting these radiuses off. If you're going to add a radius back on, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second, then you're going to need to, you're actually going to need to make your straight line so you're not cutting off all of the radius in order to have enough room to squeeze 2 mats before hitting this insignia right here. All right, so we've got 2 medium mats. Obviously to get 4, you need 2 of these mats. You need to make 2 more, the exact same thing we just did. But you might be asking how you get these nice edges on the corners like this. So this little thing is from the scrapbooking world, and it's called a corner rounder, and it's not just a clever name. So really all you have to do, just put the corner of the silicone in. These are made for paper, but they will work on the silicone just fine. You just push it down, it trims the corner off, and it gives you this nice rounded corner. So let's do our smalls next, and then we'll move on to the larges. The larges are a little bit different. You need a different size mat, and I'm going to show you what needs to change on that. So the smalls, you're actually going to cut them this way if you want this insignia to go off of here, because if you try to run them this way, there's just not quite enough room before you hit this insignia for your cuts. So we're going to want to cut them this way. And I'm not going to bore you with all the cutting again, because it's the same process as we just did on the mediums. You're going to want to cut this radius off of this side to give yourself a nice straight clean cut on this side. You can use the factory edge on this side in order to give you 2 clean sides that are square, and then you can cut from there. The measurements I typically use on this are 7 across and 13 1/4. You can probably squeeze a little bit more length and width on if you want to. So just keep in mind that your insignia is here when you're trying to get 2 mats width-wise out of here. So let's move on to the big dog larges next, and you will notice that there is no way we're getting 2 of these out of 1 mat. So luckily, the same place that these come from, they make them in 2 different sizes. They make the size that we have here, which is the 16 by 20. They also make a 20 by 24. So you can do the larges a couple of different ways, and I actually just ordered a large freeze dryer, another new one, and it's on its way right now. So I wanted to make sure that I had silicone mats that were ready for this. You can do this 2 different ways. You can do 2 of the 20 by 24 mats, and that will cover 2 trays, but keep in mind there's 5 trays in a large. So you'd need 2 of those 20 by 24s and then 1 of the smaller ones where you can squeeze 1 single out to get your 5th tray, or you can order 3 of the 20 by 24s. Then you have all consistent sizes, and you can actually get an extra silicone mat in case one gets lost or damaged, or if you just want to have an extra one around. So a full set of smalls is going to cost you $16. You're also going to have an extra silicone mat. A full set of mediums, also $16. That will do 4 trays, 1 full set. Your large is going to cost you a little bit more. So you can get a 2-pack of 20 by 24s for $22. That's $11 per mat. That will get you 4 sheets. If you're gonna do the best option, I think the best option is to get 3 mats. That'll cost you basically $33. Or if you wanted to save a few bucks, you could use that last mat and just get a single mat with the smaller size 16 by 20. And that's it for today. That's how to make some silicone mats for $16, or if you have a large, it'll be a little bit more. If you're not feeling crafty, you can always go to our website. We have pre-cut parchment paper, and we have pre-cut Teflon sheets that you can use for 100 times. That's freezedryingsupplies.com. Tried to make everything as easy to understand as possible. If you found it helpful, do me a favor, hit the like button for me. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps it get this video out to other fellow freeze dryers. In the meantime, this is Retired at 40. Remember to live life simple. We'll catch you next week.